Everyone loves Sammy. That's it. Yeah, so just walk round her. Nice. And then ask him to sit.
Sit. Sit down.
That's
Good
it.
boy.
Right, get in the habit as well of asking him to sit and then taking a step forward. Yeah, because the dog will naturally follow your body language. So right now, so pop him back into a sit. All right. So right now, that's it. Pop him in a sit.
Sit.
It's because he's sat on a weird curb. There we go. Right. So this is how dogs' brains work. Yeah. So now, if you just walk towards me but don't say anything, watch how he'll follow you. Yeah. Now ask him to sit.
Sit.
Right. Now before you move, ask him to sit and then take a step forward.
Sit. Sit.
See?
Good boy.
Because the dog is naturally programmed to follow your body language. Yeah. So, but if you want to move forward, here's a good test for you. We've got a couple of dogs coming past.
Good boy. Okay.
Yeah. So go back by his side. Say sit and just go by his side. Remind him to sit.
Sit. Good boy. Sit.
Down. So look in. Just remind him. There we go. And fuss. Give him a little fuss. Yeah. Because he went from mouth shut to mouth open. But don't forget that you asked him to sit. He sees a reward as exercise over. Yeah.
Sit.
So to him, when he got his fuss, it's like, oh, exercise over, now I can move. But it's very important that whatever command you give the dog, they do that until you release them. So if you ask him to sit and you take a step forward, he should still be sitting because you didn't say follow me. If you ask him to sit and you give him a fuss, it doesn't mean that that sit is now over. It just means I'm giving you a fuss for doing what I've asked you to do. Yeah. But you saw how when he looked at the dog, yeah, his mouth was shut and his ears were up and he was fixating. The second he opened his mouth, that's when I said, right now, reward him. Yeah. But what you do is you fuss him, yeah, and then when you finish the fuss, sit. Just remind him, look, just because I fussed you, I still expect you to sit, yeah? But this is how dogs' brains work. They switch off very quickly, yeah? So get that handle off your left arm, yeah, and just hold him in your right hand like that. Full lead, sorry, shorten up that lead, yeah? Ask him to sit.
Go to sit.
That's it. Right. Now, remind him to sit and then just stroke Sammy calmly. He's going to lay down. Don't be fooled because that...
Is he all right to lay down?
Yeah, he's fine. No, he's gone to the side.
Good boy. Stay.
Calmly. That's it, then stop. Nope, stop. Because you see, pay attention now. Yep. So right there, I told you to stop because his position changed. His thought process changed. So you see his mouth was open, he was stroking Sammy, his mouth remained open, then he shut his mouth, then he started to lock onto Sammy. Yeah, these are the things to be aware of. Given the position that you're in, how close they are, yeah, he could quickly like, so you have to be aware of the little subtle changes, there we go, it's a calming signal, that your dog's making, yeah. But one of the things to start to help you is teach him that sit means sit, down means down. So if you did want to say hello to a dog, ask him to sit and then move forward to say hello to the dog. If he moves, you stop saying hello to that dog, you focus on your dog, you get your dog back to how they were, and then you go back, yeah? So what I want you to do now is simply just say heel and walk towards me. Down.
Heel.
That's it. And then go and walk around Sammy again.
Heel.
Because his problem is he's inherently jealous when you say hello to other dogs. Nice. Then pop him in a sit about there, to be fair. Bring him by your side. That's it. Pop him in a sit.
Stay.
Right. So ask him to sit and take a step forward.
Sit.
Take a step forward. Pay attention to him first. Always set your dog up before you let anyone say hello to your dog and before you say hello to anyone. This is where we go wrong. We're like, oh, there's a dog there, let me say hello to that, but we don't do anything with our own dog.
Sit. Good boy.
Yeah?
Stay.
Right. Now go towards Sammy and make a little fuss of her, but pay attention to your dog at the same time. Nice, and then stop fussing her and then go and fuss your dog for being a good.
Good boy. Sit.
And we need to get out of this habit of good boy is a release. As soon as you say good boy, he's like, yeah, let's go.
Good boy. Good boy. Sit. Good boy.
Yeah. This is what we forget. It's the little things. It's the little things that we don't tell our dog. We'll go to a pub, yeah?
Good boy.
Right? And we'll sit down. We'll order ourselves a drink. We'll order our friends a drink and stuff like that. But we don't tell the dog that we want you to sit down and chill out. We want to say hello to a dog, but we don't teach the dog to sit there patiently while I say hello to a dog. Somebody goes, oh, it's a beautiful dog, can I say hello? And we don't set the dog up first, so the dog will often start jumping up or being rude and things like that. Whereas, always set your dog up first before you do anything, because then you're giving your dog instructions. Look, I want you to do this whilst I'm doing that. Not, I'm going to do this, you do whatever you want.
Sit.
His reactivity generally stems from the fact that at that moment in time, he's not getting enough instructions. So you see a dog, fuss a dog, because you haven't told him what you want him to do, yeah, he then decides that he wants to push his way in, and then that creates a problem, yeah. Here's a typical shepherd though, with a dog that runs over to him, he will just jump on them and put them in their place. But you're working on this, you're working on communicating with him, giving him those clear instructions.
Sit.
So he's in a down, yeah, so Sam, help.
Go to sit.
He's in a down.
Stay. And just stay. Good boy.
Yeah?
Good boy.
Because you're telling him what to do. Yeah, most people in this sense will just go, oh, look, there's a dog, let me quickly wrap the lead around my hand and tense up. That tells the dog that dog is a threat. But that time, Sammy just moved away and you're giving your dog instructions, you're telling it to stay. Yeah?
Yeah.
So what you're saying in that sense is, don't worry about what that dog's doing. This is what I want you to do. Yeah? And he remains nice and chilled out. He looked for a second, but then you went stay, and he's like, all right, then I'll stay. But if you didn't say that, he would have got up and he would have then tried to control the situation himself. Yeah? So you are the one that's controlling him, not the other way around. You control situations, not
Stay.
him.
Stay.
Yeah?
Stay. Good
And
boy.
then what I want you to do is just
Good
step
boy,
back,
stay.
yeah, and say yes and make a big fuss of him.
Come on in.
Yeah, make a big fuss of him.
Good
Yeah? For good decisions.
Coda, sit down. Coda, sit. Good boy. Down. Stay there. Good boy, don't need your paw. Stay there. Coda. Coda, sit.
Mhm.
Hello, Lou. It's a good girl. Good girl. Coda, sit. Don't need your paw, thank you. Sit. Sit. Good boy.
Sit. Then remind him to sit.
Sit. Good boy.
That's what people don't do. When it comes to rules of affection, you say hello to one dog, then the other dog comes over. Hey,
Coda. No, see, I don't need guarding either,
yeah.
do I?
So what you do in that sense is you stand up and you move him away from you. You don't let him sit in front of you.
See, again, I only realised when it was too late that that's
Yeah.
what he'd done. Coda, sit. Coda, sit. Good boy. Coda, stay. Coda, stay.
Yeah, so you put him where you want him.
Stay. Come on in, Rox. Stay. Good boy. Coda, stay. Good boy.
Because it is quite a difficult thing for dogs to share that attention, particularly if they're the only dog in the house and they're not used to that attention going elsewhere. But what you did is you got up, you put him where you want him, and then you sit back down. What you're saying is, don't come and sit in front of me and guard me. Yeah? Because again, that's where people go wrong.
Coda, stay. Good boy. No, Coda, sit.
You just have to work on. But again, this is where the classes will do you good, just to strengthen that obedience. Those.